this entire movie happened, and you guys are telling me a monkey idol that kills people is less scary than a roach.
Yes,
I
that
think
is.
that shows how scary this movie was.
Welcome to the Dive In, a podcast where we go beyond the surface of stories that captivate us. I'm your host, Kathleen. Let's dive in. Today, so excited to have both Kat and Akash back today to go review another crazy horror film, The Monkey. Welcome back.
Hey.
Hi. Hello. You talk now.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow watchers of horror movies and things that Kathleen makes us do against our will. Today I'm
It's
drinking.
yours. Kat,
T-
more than happy to join us.
Today we're drinking Rising Star coffee from Cleveland, Ohio.
Next time I come to your house, you have to make me a coffee.
I have a lot of it.
The Monkey is a 2025 film adaptation of Stephen King's short story, written and directed by Osgood Perkins. This bloody horror film follows Hal as he struggles with the concept of death after discovering a sinister wind-up monkey toy, one that seems to decide who lives and who dies with each turn of the key. So, with that said, like, what were y'all's expectations going into the film?
You can go first, Kat.
Okay. So it was pretty much what I expected it to be. I thought that from like the trailers and everything, it made it out like it was like a horror comedy. So I went in expecting a horror comedy, and that's what I got, and I was happy about that.
I was told two things about this movie. Number one, that it was an adaptation of a Stephen King short story.
Mhm.
And number two, that Kathleen and Kat wanted me to watch this movie. And so I was told with those two things, it was a horror comedy. And I went in knowing that I might laugh and that they were going to try to scare me. What I was not expecting was so much blood. There
Oh,
was so much blood. It was like I was watching Final Destination, but funnier.
yeah. That's a good comparison.
Yeah. Although Final Destination had a little bit more rules in it than The Monkey.
There were rules in it, but we'll get to that.
Okay. Well, my expectations were, I mean, they were pretty high. Only because like I was really excited about having like a bloody satire like Stephen King movie. Like I knew that it was gonna be bloody based on the previews. And I knew it was gonna be, I mean, funny as well, just because of yeah, just because of the previews as well. So I was very excited, and the director, Osgood, gosh, sorry.
Perkins.
The director, Osgood Perkins, did such a great job with Long Legs. So like I was like, expecting, I don't know what I was expecting because it's a very different take on it, but we'll get into that later. But yeah. Well, sorry, transitioning is not my key. Uh, we're about to dive in a bit deeper, so consider this your spoiler warning. Um, so I really
Han
want
shot first.
what?
I heard spoiler warning. I just wanted everyone to know that Han shot first.
Oh my gosh.
I'm proud of that reference.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well,
I'm gonna say that every time she says spoiler warning. I'm just gonna be like, Han shot first.
Oh.
well, anyways,
I like how that's what broke Cat. The Star Wars joke is what broke Cat.
Sorry. Sorry. Okay. I'll be fine.
I'm gonna cry from her laughing so much.
do
Oh.
we need to take five?
I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I was not
Yeah, let me just spoil a
expecting that.
3-decade-old movie really quick.
Three.
Sorry. I don't know why I found
4?
that so funny. Moving on.
50.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's more than 3 decades.
Yeah, it's more than 3 decades. That's just how old I am.
You're 50? No.
Right.
They'd believe it with this mustache. Look like I'm
Okay.
about to sell snake oil in the Wild West.
You good, Kat?
I'm so sorry, Kat. I'm so sorry.
Gosh, just stop talking. Just stop
Yeah, my
talking.
bad. My bad. I thought I was just making a funny spoiler joke. That wasn't a real spoiler. I was like, oh, that's okay. I can say that.
No, I think it was just because it was so like unexpected. I was like,
We're
where
t-
did that come from?
I thought it made
Okay.
sense with this movie.
Okay. Okay.
All right, well, I really want to call out this like stacked cast. I mean, opening scene, like we have Adam Scott, which I was not expecting at all. He is playing the dad of Hal and Bill.
I thought he was going to
Um,
be the main character. Like he
really?
shows up,
Oh,
like
because you didn't know
I
anything.
thought he was the main character. He ran up with the monkey, and I was like, okay, we'll get a flashback. I'll understand what's going on, and then he's just
No.
gone.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's all we got of Adam Scott, and it was wonderful, and I loved it, and I liked his cameo for sure.
Yeah, that was great because I was not expecting the Adam Scott cameo at all.
No, because
Nah,
they've shown clips of that scene in the trailers, but they didn't show Adam Scott. So I
Yeah.
was like, "What? It's not Theo James right now. It's Adam
they showed
Scott."
a clip of an Indian man getting his intestines ripped out by a harpoon.
Yep.
I
hmm
missed all of these trailers. I apparently don't know anything of what's going on.
Well, I don't know if the intestines were in it, but they did show the harpoon part for sure.
Oh my God. All right.
Um, and then we also have Theo James, who is playing both the protagonist and the antagonist, Hal and Bill.
All
And
right. That
go
was
for it.
unbelievable. That was completely unbelievable to cast Theo James as Hal and Bill. Not because there's anything wrong with him, but you want me to believe that Theo James, as a young man, wasn't pulling when he was twins? Unacceptable. Like they got Bill to be this nerdy guy, and then we see grown up him working in a grocery store with glasses, and I'm like, he's just more attractive. You're telling me people aren't throwing themselves at this man?
I
Oh,
mean, they kind of were. I mean, he did have a kid. It's not like wasn't, it wasn't like he was a hermit.
That's kind of how they portrayed him.
that is kind of how they portrayed him a little bit, especially Hal. I
Yeah.
mean, Bill was just
Bill
insane.
was getting laid.
Crazy. Yeah, he
Bill
was
was fine.
crazy.
Yeah, Bill was with the cheerleaders. He was fine.
Yeah, he crazy.
No, I don't know. I have a little bit of, I'm defending Hal a little bit only because I think that like he did have relationships and stuff like that with people. I think his, you know, Hal was or Petey was just a mistake and that was something he had to find a line for and like between like being involved and keeping his distance. So I don't know. I think
I think you're giving too much credit to Hal. I think Hal 100% wanted to be a hermit because he was scared of a murdering monkey wind-up toy.
well, no, he was just scared of being close to anybody because of the murdering wind-up
Therefore, he
monkey
had no
toy.
close relationships. Therefore, he was a hermit.
No, but I mean, no one said that he had close relationships.
I mean, like,
I'm
I
saying
assume.
I'm saying he just got it on with Petey's mom, and that's
Oh,
how he
fair
made
enough. You're just saying
Petey.
he was getting laid and then leaving.
Yeah,
That I'm cool with.
that I'm
Okay.
saying, yeah, like he's
I'm
attractive enough
chill
to
with
just go on
that.
and get laid. Yeah,
I mean, he's also named Hal. The only other Hal I know is Hal Jordan, and he
Hal,
pulls.
Hal from Malcolm in the Middle.
That's like a fever dream you just put me through.
Well,
I know three Hals.
speaking of cameos, though, Elijah Wood was
Oh
another one,
my gosh,
which I
yes.
also think is funny in the same line of like the Theo James thing, because I think that Theo James is like so attractive.
Yeah.
Um, like, I'm sorry, in what world do I leave Theo James for Elijah Wood?
I don't
No.
think
Well,
they
like
were
I
never
said,
I know,
married,
but
right?
it's because he's
I
a hermit,
think
though.
yeah, I think Theo was just getting late and it made a baby on accident.
Yeah.
And Elijah Wood was just this, I mean, literal crazy parenting obsessed stepdad. Like that was literally what he made
He's
money
like whole
on.
brand.
Who won?
Yeah. Huh?
Elijah Wood is the winner of this movie. Like his
I mean,
character,
yeah, basically.
rich, got the kid, got the girl,
Yeah.
not getting killed by a crazy monkey toy.
Yeah.
Like Elijah Wood's like the
I
most
kind
proper
of
man.
wish they had killed him with the crazy monkey toy. I
I
think that would
thought
have
they were
been
going to.
hilarious
Yeah,
if
that
he
would have
like
been good.
showed up like, "Hey, we're here for Petey," and then something happened.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Poor
Oh my
Petey,
gosh.
man. He was the
For
Yeah.
most like
real.
Petey like legit might have been the most like normal character. Like he was
He really was.
somehow that child was okay with everything happening. He was just like, "Damn, Hal, you
Yeah.
kind of suck."
Yeah. He was like, I just
What a
want to
mature
be
child.
involved. I just want to know what's going on. And we're like, no, no, you don't. Like, why do you even want to hang out with your dad at this point?
When
Like,
Right.
he goes, "This is about a monkey." It's like, dude, yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
That's real, dude. He's not even acting anymore. You're just, yeah.
I feel like maybe they just like put him on set and they're like, just react to whatever you see.
He's like, I
And
didn't
he's
even
like,
read the script. I was like, what?
is this about a monkey? What?
Why are we
Okay.
here?
They're like, find a way to like stay in the house. Like, just find a way to get in the house. And he's like, I have to go number two. Like,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
yeah.
Like legit, he's not wrong. And then
Yeah, no.
who is the wife? Who is the wife? Or Petey's mom.
Oh,
Oh,
Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah,
no, no,
what
no,
the
no.
heck? Right?
That's not Petey's mom. That's
Oh,
the twins'
that's
mom.
Hal's mom. Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah.
My
Who, once again, fantastic actress.
I love
Yeah.
her. Sorry, I got confused. Petey's mom, I don't know. What was her name again?
We can find out. I
Did they
think it was
say it?
Barb.
I'm
It
sure they had
wasn't
to.
Barbara.
Because we only meet her in like that one scene where she's like, he's gonna
Laura
adopt
Manel.
Petey. Okay,
Laura Manel is Petey's mom.
gotcha.
She doesn't actually have a name, apparently. It's just Petey's mom.
Okay,
That's
see, I was
fair.
wondering, I was like, I don't think they ever said her name, so it makes sense that she plays Petey's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elijah Wood has a name. His name was Ted.
Yes.
Well, yeah, he had to have a name on the book, of course.
Of course, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. No, but also Tatiana Maslany, that also threw me off. I didn't know she was going to be in it. I was like, yes, love her, love her, love her, love her. So I was glad to see her in it.
Terrible mom.
Yeah, she wasn't a great mom.
No, not the
Not really.
best.
Besides Ted, not great parents in this movie.
No.
Besides,
Ted's a,
yeah,
Ted is a certified bestseller, and he's
Yeah.
written 7 books on parenting. So I think you should check
I
yourself,
feel like
Kathleen.
that's not a reflection on parenting, though. Like being able to do and teach are two very different things. And I've learned that in life. Just because you can
I
teach something doesn't mean you can do. If you can't do, you teach, and I feel like he can't.
I
If
want to be
he's
clear. Elijah Wood was the most proper parent in this whole movie. Is a low bar.
This is true.
The bar was on the ground.
He felt
It really
crazy.
was.
It felt like almost like he was a cult leader, the way they displayed him and how he was
He
Yeah.
standing and
100% was.
everything. Oh my gosh. I'm
Speaking
honestly
I'd watch that movie.
I honestly, this felt like a role, and like I feel this feels like a role Daniel Radcliffe would do. And I know they look just alike,
Yes.
but based on his history and the things that he's done in the past, like what was that show? Not Good Omens. What was it? Like the angels where he's an angel that comes
Oh, Miracle
down.
Workers.
Miracle Workers. Thank you. I just know that she's coming around the mountain scene that, and I was like, wait,
Yeah, this is 100% something he would do.
I agreed.
He loves
Yeah,
doing like weird, wacky roles. That's one of my
They're
reasons why I love
both
him.
they both
yeah.
were in great series of movies, and now they're just kind of doing side quests.
Hmm.
They're doing
Yeah.
what makes them happy, and I love that, and I love to see it because you can tell that
Yes.
they're just having fun.
I love it so much.
They 100% are. It's quite hilarious because they're like, you could play this character. What's this crazy character I see? Well, you probably don't want to play him. I want to be him.
Yeah.
I just know I never saw this movie, and I've heard it's very good, but I just know there's the one role Daniel Radcliffe did where they're just like he's just dead. He's
Yeah,
just dead.
Swiss Army Man. It's
Yes.
a great movie.
Yeah, I know. I've only heard good things, but like
That
literally,
movie
he's just dead.
was
It's really
crazy.
good.
Why is he throwing up water? Who cares?
One other person I want to bring up is obviously the twins. It is also played by one person, Christian Convery, and dude, this guy's IMDb list is insane.
Christian Convery?
Yeah, like he is the voice of Oliver in Invincible. And then
Hell
I
yeah.
think he's the main character in Sweet Tooth, and I remember him in Cocaine Bear as well. Like he has like a long IMDb page, and he's doing well. He did a great job playing. He got to play two different characters as well. Uh, which,
Since 2016, he's been in 35 different projects.
yeah, that's insane in 9 years. And he's like, what, 14? Probably.
He's
Yeah.
he's he's doing better than I am.
Right. I really
Yeah.
like I really liked him too because
He was very believable.
he was very believable and
I thought they
also
were
like
actually twins.
there were like multiple times where like I could tell it was like the same kid, but he did such a good job of like making me believe that like wait, is that one person?
Yeah.
Like
I didn't
I
know
also
going in. I knew Theo James was the same person, but I didn't
yeah.
think for kids, I'm like, that's so much time because they can only work so many hours a day. They have to go to school and everything. So I was like, there's no, like, they had to have gotten real
I
twins.
think he was
Yeah.
in more of the movie than Theo James.
I think it was
Honestly,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think he probably had a much longer shooting schedule and
Yeah.
twice as much, honestly.
Which is insane. Like, yeah, because they really didn't have Bill in there that much, the older Bill in there that much either.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You
Well,
only really hear him over the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
or exploding.
Yeah, that too.
A lot of
So
explosions in this.
one
Yeah.
like random thing, going back to like the bad parenting thing,
Yeah.
it really
Yeah, let's
bothered
go back to
me.
bad parents.
Sorry, but
Let's dive in.
it just really bothered me that the mom did not know that like Bill was like heavily bullying his brother. Like, how do you not know
I don't
that?
think she cared.
I
Okay,
just don't
that's
think she gave a
fair.
shit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
She didn't care. Okay. I'm like, how do
Ah,
you not
Because I
know?
mean he
whoa, whoa, whoa. Kat was just totally fine with that explanation, by the way. She was like, yeah, 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 shitty mom, okay.
Well, I mean, she
well,
was a bad mom.
yeah, I mean like
She
he would
she was not
Dance it
great.
off. Dance
comes
off to
in with
death.
no pants, comes in covered in bananas, like does
She
not
didn't care.
care. Yeah. Like she never went to check on him, like, hey, why aren't you responding to me? She would just get like be like, okay, fine, like whatever, and move on with her life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then her explanation after their babysitter died, which we'll get to that later, but like her explanation of like, people die and it's random and it's not random. Yep. All right, let's go dancing. Like,
Right.
Hey, that was the best day of his life.
yep, this is true. He did say those exact words. It was the
He
best
did.
day of his life.
God.
Which,
It, that's sad.
yeah, yeah. His brother was something else. I mean, young Bill he was banded with a group of girl bullies that would exclusively target his brother, which I feel like I would be embarrassed if my brother was a weird loser. Like, I wouldn't be bullying him. I'd be like avoiding him. I don't know.
Uh, Bill was a character.
He was
Yeah,
something.
He got
Yeah.
his.
he did.
Yeah, he
It
did.
was so funny. So like not to like jump ahead, but like it was so funny when that happened. The girl behind me went, "Well, he deserved that." Everybody started laughing. I was like, "You're right, girl. He did."
Yeah,
Oh my
I was in a
gosh.
packed theater, so the reactions were pretty good.
My theater was quiet. I was like,
Oh,
where's the laughter and the cheering and the funny random jokes in the middle of the theater? Like this is the one time I'm okay with people like
Talking
talking.
during.
yeah.
Yeah. No, nothing. It was just silence. I was like, really? Really? No laughs?
Most there were some reactions. Some deaths had some like no reaction things because we all saw them coming kind of thing, and then some deaths were
Yeah.
like, whoa!
Yeah. Gosh, no, this was definitely a movie. I was very sad I wasn't with you, Kat, because this is a movie that you and I would have like laughed the entire
Oh,
time
yeah.
through.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Um, but as far as sorry, transitioning, hold on. As far as like the deaths and everything go, like, do you think that that they obviously we know that they were aiming for more of like a comedic side of this. Do you guys think that that was like achieved or do you I mean, I kind of feel like it fell a little bit flat on the comedy side. I feel like the timing was like ever so slightly off that it made it a little bit less funny than it could have been. What do
I
you think?
think there wasn't none of the deaths felt like there was any tension besides mom. Besides mom, I felt no tension of any deaths. I also did not care about anybody besides Bill in this movie. Like
Yeah.
Bill and Petey, sorry, not Bill, Hal and Petey were
Okay. I was
literally
like,
the only
Bill?
people that mattered at all. I had no emotional connection with literally any death or any character. And instead of humor, it felt more campy than humor. And I know campy can be funny, but it felt more campy comedy horror than like haha comedy horror. I don't know if that's a good differentiation.
I know what you mean. It makes sense. Because like there's the one death, right? Like the pool, and then
Mhm.
like the leg goes over him, and he's like, "Is that a leg?" And like, yeah, okay, that's more. I can see where that comes with the campiness.
Yeah, like I wish he had said because they showed it in the commercial a lot where he was like, no, 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 no. And I wish that was like more often than it was because that was funny. Like that was like a nice little like line in there, like, oh, it's gonna happen and it's gonna keep happening in front of him. But like not all the deaths happened in front of him. And I wish I had followed him a little bit more, like gotten closer and closer. Like it was funny the way the realtor died. Not the
Yes.
I'm sorry, no, Aunt Ida. The way Aunt Ida died and the way the realtor died were both funny. Yeah, I had a poor thing.
And Ida
Again,
was playing Tom and Jerry by herself.
She was.
yeah, yeah. And it was, I wish there was someone else there to witness it. I feel like because she was by herself, it kind of like wasn't quite as funny as it could have been. I don't know. It like lacked a little something.
I think they were going for tension, and it was not achieved. Like the most I felt was when she fell over. I was like, "Oh, she's dead," and she gets up screaming because there's fish hooks in her face, and I was like, "This isn't funny. I'm just uncomfortable."
Yeah, I definitely think that we're going for uncomfortability there. But yeah, no, when they like you could see from a mile away when she went to go smell the gas and then all of a sudden it just ignites and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, her head's on fire. Like you're supposed to stop, drop, and roll, but and she didn't. She just kept running and then her foot goes on a bucket and she trips and runs into the for sale sign.
The
Uh
sharpest for sale sign in the world, by the way.
Yeah.
I love that they put a cone on it after. Like a little caution cone. So no one else could die from
Dude,
it.
yeah, that I saw that and I was like, "All right, that's a pretty good bit." Oh, but the
Like,
estate sale was estate sale? You mean yard sale?
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Made almost a
The
But
hundred
one
dollars. I heard.
character, I don't remember his name, but the speaking of the estate sale, like the kid with the hair in his face that you never see his
yeah.
eyes. I
Yeah.
don't
Thr
remember. I don't remember his name, but
it's
he was
not
such a real
Thrasher, is it?
Thrash,
weirdo.
I think it was
Oh, it was
Thrasher.
Thrasher. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it was Thrasher.
Yeah, Thrasher or Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
was a weirdo.
He was
interchangeable.
like, the monkey reminds me of my dad. I was like, okay.
Right?
Where does this come from? What?
Thrasher existed simply to die.
Oh yeah.
His dynamic was funny though, like between I wish they had shown a little bit more of like whatever was going on in his home life because the one guy, the guy dressed up in the
His
military
brother.
uniform
Yeah.
the whole
Yep.
time, like I'm like, what is happening here? Like, is he not supposed to talk the whole time? And the only time he talks is that like I wish they had a little bit more of him to show it to make that a little bit funnier. Because like
Yeah.
if his brother had never talked the entire time and then all of a sudden that's what he says, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Or like know a little bit more about his background, like why he's in the uniform, something. Um, but
Yeah, what is his name? Beauchamps? I think he was the
But
brother
yeah,
or something.
Beauchamp.
Beauchamp, sorry. The fanciest name in the
yes.
movie.
Right?
For the character with two lines.
What caliber?
Yeah. Okay. Um, oh my gosh. Would you guys say this movie was scary at all? I mean, I know we talked about tension a little bit, but like as far as like it being a horror movie, I mean, if I was like 8 watching this, yeah, a freaking monkey playing drums would scare the crap out of me.
Well, the rated R movie with mainly adults in it, I don't think it was that scary.
Wait,
Uh,
what?
yeah, I didn't find it that scary at all.
Yeah.
I don't usually love movies that revolve around like toys or like possessed things because
Yeah.
toys in general just kind of freak me out. But this one didn't bother me because it was just like, okay, like,
Yeah. Which I don't think
That
this
happened
like
kind of thing.
yeah,
yeah, like I don't think this was technically supposed to be like a possessed doll. It's just a demonic. Oh, I mean, I guess demonic is
or it's
kind of
like
leans.
death itself or something.
Yeah, like
The pale horse.
I think it's
Yes.
supposed
The
to represent like oh, I had it in my head earlier. Like it's supposed to represent like the act of death because we physically see death later. And I was like, well, the monkey can't be death if we see death like coming for everybody, but you know, the monkey itself is probably like the act of death, which is what Hal was trying to avoid the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was there was a story. There was a
There
thin
was.
story connecting this.
Very thin.
It was there.
The
Yeah.
the one thing that I wanted to know, which wasn't really ever answered, if you turn the key once, does that mean like you're exempt from ever being killed by the monkey? Because it seemed like that was the case, right? Because I feel
No,
like if
no.
no.
Bill died. He turned the key multiple times.
Oh shit, you're right.
But he broke the monkey. Like he
You're
was
right.
messing with it in a way without turning the key. He was trying to make the drum go off by
Well, he was
itself.
forcing it at one point,
Yeah.
which I think was a metaphor for, deep-rooted insecurities about trying to make things in the world work in the way that you want. He was trying to make a demonic monkey ring a drum. I don't freaking know. Like, obviously he knows it's a dumb call. He said, "Don't call it a toy," and now he's gonna try to force it down. There's no metaphor. He's just an idiot.
He was an
Yeah.
idiot. He was
Yeah.
an idiot. That's the only word for that character.
I tried to get through that deep moment too, and I was like, "There's nothing here."
No, there's not.
I
I
mean,
totally like
I think it's a metaphor that you can't control death. Like
He
you
wanted
can
to kill
you
his brother for killing his mom because the brother wanted to kill him. Like
yeah. He was
he's
just
got
trying
the
to get
he's
his
got the critical thinking skills of a 4-year-old. What do you mean?
yeah, his character very much gave the vibes of like
he didn't
I've
have any
never grown
growth.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah. He had
100%.
no growth at all.
It was Theo
Zero.
James in a sad mullet.
Yes. With his little like dress that he had on.
This like the suit
The
dress
like
thing.
suit dress.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah. Did you not? Yeah, the suit. Like
No.
it was like a
Yeah, it was
suit.
like a suit dress.
It was like it
Oh.
was like a
Was he like
boomer trying to dress is
trying to
what it
be
It
his
was.
mom or
was.
something?
It almost looked like a kilt.
Because I know that he
Yeah.
like sewed it so that it could fit him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his funeral suit. Yeah.
Yeah. The one that he said he would never take off because
It was
then he
so
would have to get
weird.
dressed again.
He's such a weirdo.
Oh,
His
dude,
character's so weird.
when he told the priest to shut up, I'd be like, man, this kid needed to be beat more.
He really did. Well,
Like
and also like the
100%.
Mrs. Monkey thing, like obviously Hal was gonna figure that out.
Oh, the
Like, come
Mrs.
Yeah.
Monkey.
on.
The Mrs. Monkey, I was just like, yo, dude,
Really?
you need
You're a fucking
severe
psycho.
help. Like, not only are you a bad villain, like, villains have some sort of thought process. He had a monkey.
He did.
Yeah, but also like if you have this monkey that you believe is killing people, like the moment that you turn the key and you are trying to find it again, it's kind of like I could see someone's like they're already spiraling. Like he was already crazy. Like we know that from before his mom died. And then after his mom died, we see him like at the funeral literally being like, "Mom, haha, what a funny joke. Wake up. Like wake up now." So like you see him like literally break and like be like go even further into the already insane person he already was because he was already a dick and a bully and he just went further and further into it and
I agree. He
yeah.
he literally said he was like the first time you told me about the monkey, I knew that you killed our mom when you were trying to kill me. It's like, how do you know he was trying to kill you? So you know you're aware, you're self-aware enough to know that you are a piece of shit and deserve to be killed by the monkey. But
Right.
like now you're upset about this? No, absolutely. And then we get a whole deep-seated speech from Hal, which Hal, why the fuck weren't you giving that speech to your son?
Right?
Right.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm sorry, Hal, you're just a shitty dad.
Oh, he was a horrible dad.
Hair. And he was like,
Like
I'm
0
saving
out of
you.
10
The
father.
monkey was gone. The monkey was gone. He had moved away. He could have been there for his son.
Well, he didn't know that though.
So Hal doesn't have critical thinking skills either.
I would
Okay,
say
so
that's true.
in the defense of the movie, I read the short story before watching the movie.
In the defense of the movie, I like how you say as if like you're on trial, like you're Hal on trial. Like in my defense, there was a crazy monkey.
I'd like
In my
to
defense as
propose a
well,
motion.
I did like this movie.
No, it was fun. Yeah, no, the movie was. It's a fun watch.
I
Yeah,
want
I
a
enjoyed
second
it.
one.
All right, let's not go that crazy.
Yeah.
I would watch a second one. Are you kidding me?
This movie was a fun watch,
Or
but
like a
I don't know if
prequel?
I'd ever watch this movie again unless like someone specifically was like, "Let's watch this movie."
I would. But that's me. I like these kind of campy horror movies, even if they're like not fully well made. I think they're great. I
I
needed
just
I
I
needed a
felt like
new one.
I think the plot gave up as soon as like we killed Bill. Like the plot just it was just we just there was no resolution of anything.
Well, there was. So like Hal decides to keep the monkey because he's like decided like, okay, like I can't like prevent people from dying. I can't control it by pushing it away, so I have to keep it close instead. Like it wasn't a it wasn't like a
I think Petey made that realization.
no, Hal's the
I
one
don't
that
remember
decided
that.
to keep it.
Hal kept it, but Petey was like Hal was like we're gonna watch it, but like I think if he didn't have Petey, he would not come to have that realization. I think Petey was the grounded character of this movie.
Well, yeah. I mean, I agree with you there that he's the grounded one, but I don't think he said anything. I think Hal was the one who was just like, well, look at all this death and chaos around us. Like, there's no way to avoid
Oh,
it.
you're right.
So,
Yeah, Petey is the one
so
that said like, did our uncle like destroy like most of the population of this small town in random Maine? Yes, yes, he
yeah,
did.
Yes.
yeah, um, yeah,
He really did. He like screwed up that city real bad.
City's a
yeah.
strong word.
That was
Random village in Maine.
it was weird too, like the way the deaths were so just like grotesque and unsettling and as bloody
hmm
and as gory as possible. Like they're
It,
like,
it, they made him the most over the top unbelievable because like
yeah,
human bodies don't have that much blood that we saw in every
No.
single one of these deaths, which is on purpose. Like it was trying
yeah,
to be over the top with like monkey magic, which
yeah.
Yeah.
monkey magic is not a thing I thought I'd say outside of a Scooby Doo movie.
Oh my gosh, the first death, just in general, the who goes to a hibachi grill and lets like the hibachi guy with a sword of all things.
I don't think that's the first death. I think the first death is the harpoon guy.
Yes, sorry.
Oh,
The first
true.
death with Hal and Bill. Sorry.
Yeah, the first death with Hal and Bill, the babysitter that Bill was totally gonna marry. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Bill was totally gonna marry
Oh,
her.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
She
Bill,
definitely was not into the hibachi chef.
chef at all, not at all,
No.
not at all. They
Oh my
weren't like,
gosh.
they-
Sorry.
yes, no, no, no. Oh my gosh, yes,
Yes.
Um, have you guys ever seen Resident Evil?
Yes.
yes,
Okay, the first one, that's what the hibachi death reminded me of. Like in
Yeah.
Resident Evil when like the
The
lasers
lasers
yep,
go through, yeah, and the body just
slowly.
that's
Yeah.
that's what her death reminded me of.
yeah, yeah. That hibachi restaurant was totally shut down for a while.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
do, I do think like this movie. Don't get me wrong, this movie is a fun watch. It is a fun watch. It is held together by the thinnest of threads. Like they could have jumped to like random other characters having this monkey, and I would have been like, "I'm here. Let's go. I'm here for it. Let's do it."
Yeah.
They could have done. They did exactly what I thought with this movie. Where like after the first scene with Adam Scott and that death, and Adam Scott finding a working flamethrower and fuel in a random pawn shop to burn a demonic monkey, I was like, yeah, "I'm in. You've got me. Let's go."
I do think there was like one thing that was like very campy that I kind of wish had come up more. It's almost like they had like a lot of pieces that should have come up more than they had. Like the cheerleaders, like the people who were like when the realtor was like, "Oh yeah, no, everyone just keeps dying, just like one person a day." Like it's like, the town like someone's just dying in all these crazy ways and then they see like the cheerleaders or whatever like outside someone's house or someone's funeral. Um and
Yeah,
then
it was
we
when they brought the realtor's body out and they were like, "Yay!"
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they were supporting the EMTs and the
Mhm.
firefighters or something. And oh my gosh, that was so funny. Like I wish they were around a little bit more because it would have made their deaths so much funnier. Uh,
Yeah, their death was completely unnecessary.
I mean, well, I know what they were
It was just
going
for an end
for.
credit.
Well, yeah, I know what they were going for, but it did it missed the mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I think there was a lot of things in here that specifically were done like that, where like I think that was the purpose of it. I think it was meant to miss the mark, and therefore it hit its mark.
Um,
Because
I
like
disagree.
the direction of this, there was a lot of things you saw coming. Like there were many things like that were very much set up beforehand. So like the
Yeah.
cheerleaders dying was also kind of one of those like that checks out. Like
Yeah.
for this movie, I was like, that works. That's the best. That's about right.
Yeah. Like those are. That's this kind of movie. Like you know that everyone's gonna die. Like that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, no, that's why I thought the cheerleader death kind of, for me, it hit the mark because I was like, that's about right.
Well, I just mean like I just wanted them to. It would have been funnier
If
if
they were
they
more
had,
present.
yeah, like it would have made it a little bit more of an impact than just seeing them once and then having them die. It's like, oh, okay,
They could
like
have probably
they came
introduced
back.
them from the first time bullying young Hal.
Yeah.
If they
Hmm.
had kept them from there, I think I would have agreed. I
I
think
think, yeah, I think part of it was there was so much of young Bill and young Hal that I was like, are we doing like literally like half the movie is going to be the kids and then half is the adults? And then they finally switched over to like Theo James as Hal and Bill, but then we kept having flashbacks. I was like, dude, like why have you focused so much on the kids? Like we could have had like one or two deaths from when they were kids and then had the majority be when he's an adult or like had one death and then did the flashbacks or something as he's like going through all this struggle with the with like trying to find the monkey again or whatever. But they I don't know, it was just so much exposition leading up to who I thought was the main character, Theo James, and really was just the young Bill and the young Hal. I felt like were more,
I do think there was too
yeah.
much exposition for like stuff like that because like the monkey didn't really require too much attention. It was like monkey killing people, wind up, people die, can't control
Yeah.
who it is. Like that was fine. I think they could have done more. As weird as it sounds, I think they could have done more with the monkey in the movie labeled The Monkey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
And the I was gonna point out like in the short story when they the monkey like kind of like appears like he would get rid of it like he'd throw it in the trash, watch the trash man take it, all of a sudden the monkey's back and like he could actually in the book he could hear the monkey talking to him in his head, and it was like the monkey would be like, oh man, like I ended up in this dump and this guy had to pick me up and I had to hitchhike this way and had to kill this person and that person to get back to you. Like it was like he would just appear, and I wish they had like show that ominous like, oh, he's back, I threw him in the trash and he's back the next day. Like they I think they tried a little bit when it was like on the front porch, but
Mhm.
like that didn't feel nearly as, it didn't feel creepy in any way. Like it just happened that one time and you're like, and it didn't even happen to Hal, like someone else came across it and I was like, we could have, I don't know, like it just, I guess it showed up in the car too, but then it just kind of stopped showing up and then all of a sudden instead Bill had control over it. I was like, eh.
Control is a strong word. He had the
Yeah.
key.
Well, he physically had it, is what I meant.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the monkey no longer would just randomly show up places. Like I expected the monkey to like keep appearing in front of Hal somehow. Like that's what I was expecting. And also, there's no rule in the book that if you turn the key, you don't die. That is not a rule in the book at all. Like
Mm.
the monkey actually kept
Ooh.
telling Hal, like, "Hey, you're next. Turn my key because you're next. I'm gonna get you next. Have your son, have Petey turn my keys because you're next." Or have he actually had two sons in the book and was married in the book. He's a very different person. He was a good father in the book. There was
He
no
didn't just run
stepdad.
off to be a grocery guy.
No, not at all. Like he actually like had his life together. Like he threw it down the well, didn't see it for like years and years, and then his aunt dies, and he sees that it's not in the well, and it appears, and his son is playing, like his oldest son is playing with it, and then I think his name was Dennis, and he takes the monkey from it, and Petey's just like, I don't like that monkey, because Petey was only like 6, and he's like, I don't like that monkey, and like things would physically die around the monkey, like if a fly flew too close to it, it would die all of a sudden, like stuff like that.
Oh,
Um,
interesting. I think that
yeah,
would have made for a very different movie with like Monkey talking to him. I think that would have made for a much less campy movie.
definitely less campy for sure.
100%.
Yeah, it would have been, I think, just straight horror at that
It
point.
would have been closer to like Chucky horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just yeah, a doll randomly appearing, telling you that he hitchhiked his way back to you because he belongs to you, like that kind of thing. Yeah.
What if I sell him? What if I like traded him for an apple and two like acorns? Just
I
like,
mean, you could, but then he might kill that person the moment they turn the key and then show back up at your
well,
door.
it's not my problem anymore. I sold it.
Yeah, but
Different
then he
owner.
comes back.
Peace.
But then he kills that owner, comes back.
I killed the owner. Why would he come back? Whoa, whoa, whoa. We didn't establish he returned to the previous owner.
Yeah, he kept returning back to Hal in the book.
I'm saying Hal should have sold it. If he sold it, then the owner would transfer.
No, that's not how it works. It's not some like it's not like a demon or something where the spirit passes from one person to the next.
Ron
It
Stoppable from Kim
literally
Possible said monkey magic works in certain ways, and I'm going off that logic.
wrong what's it called?
Universe.
Yeah, wrong
She
universe.
said,
Like,
and you're wrong.
yeah, no. Not how it works. The monkey was obsessed with Hal in the book. That's
I
it. He
believe that.
was yeah.
Was Hal was Hal less like because in the obviously he's a different character in the short story as to this. Was
Yeah.
Hal more logical in the short story?
Yeah. Oh, definitely more logical.
So it's
Like
very
there
interesting to
was
that.
way more evidence with the monkey's death than that. And then also the deaths were not bloody. They were like accidents or they were like either accidents or like natural causes, like someone's heart would stop. Like it wasn't
Interesting.
yeah, it wasn't these like bloody outrageous things, which I didn't mind them doing that in this because they were going for shock factor
Oh, absolutely.
100%. So I didn't mind them like changing that part, but like the whole second act was like drastically different and I was like I don't like this quite as much. Like his twin brother wasn't even barely even first of all, it wasn't even twin in the book. It was just his older brother who
Hmm.
really didn't have much part to do with it at all. Like he calls him and tells him the monkey's back and he's like, all right, do something about it. And then that's it. That's all you get from Bill in the book.
It's really interesting with that because it shows obviously it shows what they were going for with this movie as compared to the short story, but it also shows that in the short story, which I have not read, I'm going off what you've told us, that the monkey, if he had said to someone the monkey is magic, they would have been like, "You're a crazy person. This person had a heart attack."
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
how Petey was to him in this movie. Petey was like, "What are you talking about, dude?" Until he sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah, until he sees it for himself, which is I feel like the whole town would have believed Hal and Petey was the only like solid, like you said before, like he was the only logical person in the entire story.
Mhm.
Like if I felt like if you told the realtor like, hey, yeah, no, there's a killer monkey, monkey toy, so like, beware that she would have been like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that.
We'll keep an eye out for that.
That's what I feel like she would have, yeah, like I feel like
No, I
she would have
believe you.
believed.
I just love that it's like, oh yeah, killer monkey. Yeah, yeah. This is the third call this week. We got it. Or like
Um,
the 10th call that week because people have been dying every day since Aunt Ida died.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I would have been like, I'm gonna leave this town.
Right.
Oh yeah, you would have found me in like Arizona.
Well, apparently you don't want to be in
Opposite
a
end.
plane.
Oh God,
Oh,
oh yeah,
yeah.
the plane. I forgot about the plane.
Yeah, yeah. I just thought it was fun. I feel like everything they mentioned in like one part of the movie, they brought back continuous. Like they always brought it back in the end. Like the cheerleaders, they brought back the marrying during skydiving.
Hmm.
They brought back obviously the samurai swords because they were just hanging there. And of course, I knew that's how someone was gonna die. Glad it was Bill.
Right.
Yeah, but
And the bowling ball.
it wasn't even direct. Yeah, it wasn't even directly from the samurai swords. They just knocked something like they like what cut a cord or something, which then
Hmm.
knocked the bowling ball into him.
The bowling ball that he wanted to drop on his brother's head when they were
Yeah.
young.
Yep, that one.
Yep.
That had their mother's name on it.
Lois.
Oh my gosh. Uh,
Lois.
huh?
Just Lois.
Yeah,
Lois.
Lois.
The different kinds of deaths were there was a overarching consistency with a lot of deaths that involved a lot of like for lack of a better term explosion or explosiveness to them. And it wasn't just like two. There was
Yeah.
quite a few that involved some sort of explosive mechanism, body explosion, body horror explosiveness, gunshot explosiveness,
Bro, that freaked me out.
or literal wasp exploding.
Yes. Oh my God, the
Yeah.
wasp one.
That was the
Ugh.
one that I was like, oh, this is so
Ugh.
unbelievable. But that was terrible.
There like and I believe that the explosiveness of these deaths attributed to the campiness of said movie. Whereas if these deaths did not involve the explosive body explosion parts of him, I think it would have been less campy, and they would have had to do things where it might have been a lot more like unsettling in a different type of way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the realtor's death a lot. I thought that one was funny when her finger went into his mouth. I enjoyed that. He was like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
oh.
he
I
punched
enjoy when
it.
realtors I enjoy when
That's
realtors
like,
explode and
what?
die as well.
Well, that's why like I really wanted more of the deaths to be around him, like almost like the monkey was
Mhm.
following him because the realtor died, his fingers in his mouth, the lady in the pool
The leg.
exploded, which does not happen by the way when you get electrocuted,
No.
and her leg was
No.
on the shoulder. Like I wish there was like so much more of that, and then his son would be like, "What the fuck is happening?" Like I wanted so much more of that, and I just felt like it was I don't know, it's just not nearly as much.
Yeah, I guess there was no like area of effect around the monkey per se. It was just kind of wherever. I mean, I guess the area of effect would be the town, but it wasn't just the town. It was even at the motel with the lady.
Well, the motel was in town.
Was it in the same town? I thought it
Yeah.
was. I thought they were at a different motel, and then they were going to town. They were going to the town after that.
No, I think they were already there. I think they were just
Okay.
outside of the town.
Then yeah, the proximity had nothing to do with Hal, and it just had to do with the monkey and Bill.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish it had more to do with Hal. I think if they had focused more on Hal, like started them way sooner, like 10 minutes into the movie, not 40, and like just had adult Hal and focus more on that and the deaths, made them a little bit more uh I don't know, just like had it more focused around how and not just like, oh yeah, no, so and so died then and so and so died that. And I was like, wait, why? Why did these people not die around how? Like
Like
why?
grocery workers around him dying from things falling on them, stuff like that.
Yeah, like the realtor was just mentioning all these other people dying and he's like, he had no clue. And I was like, well, then that kind of I don't know. Yeah, it was just about the town and not about anything else, which I didn't love.
That
But
poor town.
Yeah.
agreed.
Village, sorry.
I know it was so random and like they
But
never went back to it was when the guy that worked with Hal like
Died.
breathed in the cigarette and was like, "Oh, that sucks."
Yeah, the vape. He just like swallows the vape somehow and dies.
What?
Yeah, he's just like, what?
And I love that he just said, "Oh, that sucks." Like, well, yeah.
Oh.
It does.
by the way, if you can talk, you can breathe.
That's fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, no, no, monkey magic.
Yeah, monkey magic.
Monkey magic.
What did you guys think about now, Akash, I don't think you ever saw Long Legs, but I guess, Kat, how do you feel
Yeah, cat.
about like the style between that film and this film?
Okay, so I felt that they were similar in some ways. They're shot very similarly.
Mm,
So like there's a lot of like direct like I can tell that it's the same director.
yeah.
Really? It's that noticeable
I think
from that
so.
movie? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Just because of how Long Legs is shot.
Hmm.
Now, Long Legs is an actual horror movie that made me very unsettled and
Yes.
creeped me the hell out.
Yes.
So, in that
Oh,
respect,
check
they're
this out.
two completely different movies. But there's like a lot of shots and like the way because like I felt like this movie did the same thing that Long Legs did, where it looks like an older film. Does that make
Hmm.
sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
But Longlegs is definitely more they both achieved what I felt they were going for, which is Longlegs creeps me the hell out. And then this I thought was like a good horror comedy.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I think I like that he did two different styles of horror. Because yeah, Longlegs was very creepy. I know we did an episode on it. But it was yeah, I think we both left and we're like, it was good, but also like I
It was
feel
very
so just yeah,
unsettled.
yeah, very unsettled is like the only way to describe it. So it definitely achieved that. Didn't love the ending of Long Legs. I think we both can agree that we expected it to be more of Nicolas Cage, more of like a Buffalo Bill type uh style of movie, and it very much was different. And I feel like that was the same thing with this. Like I expected it to be one way and it was different. And I don't know if that like aids to my like disappointment a little bit. But
You
I
wanted
Fair.
mean,
more caginess in this movie?
Well, no, I just wanted more of how,
Okay.
like adult how. Yeah. So I think because of that, like I don't know. I feel like it's like just a near miss. Like it's like so close to the target of what I want and from this director, which um I didn't know when I was looking into him. I didn't realize he was the guy from Legally Blonde.
Yep.
I love that.
That's
He
yeah, that's
is.
kind of great. I didn't realize that until
I
you had
love
told me.
it. I loved his cameo in the movie too.
Oh my God. Yes, he died by the horses, right? He got
Yeah.
Yep.
trampled to look like a cherry
Mush.
pie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mush. Not good.
Oh, it was that was rough. That was rough to see them open up that sleeping bag.
Yeah. They probably like just got like an actual bunch of cherry pie and
I
put it
think
in there.
so.
Oh, 100%. Just had someone
Yeah,
step on him. Yeah.
yeah. No. And I'm pretty sure most of the deaths, I was trying to look into it a little bit, and I don't know exactly which deaths they did this with, but most of the deaths they did practical effects as much as they could. This was a pretty low budget horror film. They only had got like $10 million, which considering they made 14 million this opening weekend, I think they did pretty good. I think they
Nice.
achieved what they wanted to achieve.
I will say, like, the marketing for this movie was pretty well done, but I do think, I don't know, because, like, it's like what you said earlier about, like, the kids being in it so much.
Hmm.
This movie definitely makes it out like Theo James is, like, in the entire thing.
Yeah.
And so, like,
Oh,
when I
okay.
watched it and he, like, wasn't, I was like, where's Theo James? Because like the trailer's just like Theo James, Theo James, Theo James, you know. So like
Yeah.
I guess that's good on their part for making a trailer that doesn't like give away the whole movie.
Yeah.
But then also you're making a movie about like a killer monkey that
Yeah.
so like
They,
what can you really give away? Anyway.
yeah. Yeah. Because it felt less like a killer monkey and more like his brother just, it's almost like firing a gun blind. Like that's what it
Mm,
felt like. It didn't feel
That's a
like he was,
great. That's a great description.
yeah, like
mhm.
it didn't feel like the monkey was really out to get Hal. It just felt like, no, his brother was just trying to use it against him. And that was it. Like, yeah.
It's a very strange thing to sit here and talk about how the mastermind behind like the evil plan of this is so incompetent that he's firing a gun blind. Like that's a really bad arch villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Well, what do you guys do if you found a curse monkey? What would you guys do? I'm curious.
Oh, like right now? Like right
Yeah, if
now
you
what I do?
you found a cursed monkey, shows up on your bookshelf or in your attic or whatever, and you found out that when you turn the key it kills people, what would you do with it?
I'm going full shaman. I'm going full like anti-voodoo person. I've got a crazy old world Indian grandma. She'd teach me the stuff I need to know.
Okay.
But first I'd turn it a couple times. I got some enemies. I'm
Yeah,
a
but
hater.
I mean it also killed its mom, so I would,
Well,
you
okay.
don't
If it
get to
killed my
choose.
mom, then it's the gloves are off. We're going full Indian. We're going full Indian monk on this. Me and it, we're going to Tibet. This
I don't
monkey temple, me and him.
I don't know why they never tried to like bury it. I feel
I
like
think a
that was
well counts.
Yeah.
yeah, but burying it would like ensure like there's stuff on top of it and like harder for someone to find. Like when you see a well, especially like now in this day and age, like if you look in a well, or you see a well, you're gonna look down it to see like, oh, is there anything cool down there?
I don't think you could see to the bottom of it,
If
I
you have
would
a
assume.
flashlight.
Fair. What would you do, Kat? You're the book person. What does the book person do with the what do I call this? The monkey idol?
I guess. I
Yeah,
don't
you're not supposed
know.
to call it. We've been calling it a toy this whole time. We're not supposed to.
Oh yeah, right. It's not a toy. It's
Not
not
a
a
toy.
toy. Per bill. Not a toy.
I killed my mom. I have
Um
no respect for this monkey.
Honestly, I don't know what I would do because I didn't like the look of the monkey to begin with. So like
Mm-mm.
I didn't like its like teeth and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Purely on aesthetics. Purely on aesthetics.
yeah.
I wouldn't
It's
take that
like
from the carnival.
because I am okay, so this is a fun fact about me. As I do collect porcelain dolls, which some people hate those things.
Mm-hmm. Yo.
So, but they have to be like really pretty and they like have like dresses and like bows and stuff, okay? But they didn't move up to New York with me because I have roommates, and I was like, they're gonna hate these dolls. So my mom keeps the dolls.
I'm sorry. Can we just talk about how you actively are self-aware enough to know that, hey, these people aren't gonna like these porcelain dolls? And once again, you said the porcelain dolls didn't move with you as if they would have moved like the monkey moved.
Well, it's just like I keep them like on display. Like they're
I mean, they're a display piece, I would
yeah,
say.
they're display dolls, you know.
Yeah.
So
I'm making jokes, but those are like intricate pieces of
yes,
art.
yeah.
I've seen them. Like they're a lot of them are made in India. I've actually gone to like the places marble is like
Hmm.
carved out of, and so it's a process.
Yeah. And they're so pretty. But I don't like the monkey because I thought it was like really creepy looking. So like I don't also like wasn't there like a thing that like said like don't turn the key?
I
Or
don't
did I
recall
make that
that.
up?
I don't
Did I
recall
make
it.
that up? Maybe I think I made that up.
I think
I
this
don't
is I
remember.
know Hal said not to turn the key, but that's
No,
about
the bottom of the box said turn the key.
Oh, turn
okay.
Yeah.
turn the key. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the
So
box was weird. I didn't understand it
the
when it
box
said
was
that it was
weird.
like life.
Like life.
Yeah, the monkey like life. Turn the key, you die. Like life.
Yeah. But if I
That's
figured
because of
out
his mom was saying about like the death and you just randomly die and the monkey's random death like life. I think
Was
that
yeah.
it
was the
one word or
Oh,
was it
okay.
one word or two words?
two words.
It was two words.
Okay. Okay.
You were saying that, Kat.
Oh no, I was just gonna say if I figured out that the perchance that the doll was possessed or something, I'd probably sell it to because there's people who like buy those things.
Yeah, they buy it for a lot of money on Craigslist, but
I would do it.
The evil monkey doll that kills people is your get rich scheme.
I mean, I would write that though. I would like write that in the description and be like, "This monkey's evil
Right?
and kills
Like sell it
people."
on eBay. Like, yo, you could totally
And
kill people with
someone
this.
would buy it. I'm telling you right now, someone will
I
buy it.
believe you.
Oh, of
You're
course
just
they
gonna
would buy
sell
it.
you're gonna sell the main villain of the unit of your life in this
Yeah,
world that you live in. The main villain's gonna buy an evil cursed monkey doll.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I think you're the villain, Kat. I think you selling the doll makes you the bad guy.
probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I have money though.
Yeah, it's
But then
fair.
it wouldn't matter if the monkey kills me anyway, because it might kill me later.
Yeah. So then what's the point of getting the money if you're gonna die?
I don't know. I guess just hope
She's
I
just
guess
trying to
just
get more
hope that
porcelain
that it
dolls.
doesn't kill me. Hope that I have like a
You're gonna hope
relationship
you're
with it like Hal
pals.
does and it don't die.
You're just gonna hope you and the monkey are pals. The monkey's like, Cat, she's chill.
Yeah,
She's got porcelain dolls. She like took care of me. She made sure my fur was shiny.
exactly.
What
Exactly.
about you, Cat?
Oh my
Kathleen, what are you
God.
gonna
Go
do?
away.
What would
Sorry.
I do? I would have never touched that thing to start with. It is very creepy.
It came in a
It
Tiffany blue
is.
box.
I don't do creepy dolls. I don't do wind up dolls. Like that's nah, I'm good. If I
I
found
bet
that if I found
we
that
put
in
a
an
Spider-Man
attic,
mask on that, you'd keep it.
if nope, if I found that thing up in the attic, I would have someone come and personally remove it for me.
I'm
Um,
gonna call at 2 a.m.
mhm,
Be like, Akash, you deal with this.
yep, yep, just like we did with that roach. God,
It's
Oh my
true.
God, the roach.
roach.
I've actually gotten phone calls from
Oh
friends to come
God.
kill a roach in their house.
I had to
Yes.
call
No, you
someone.
don't understand. That thing was fucking huge,
It
okay?
was so big, and
It was so
it
big.
kept walking around the perimeter of my room, and then went under my bed.
Yeah, I went under her bed.
The
We
monkey
had.
wouldn't do that. The
It
monkey likes to be
flew
in
at one
full
point.
view.
You know how traumatizing that is when a roach flies
No,
at you?
it flew at me, and then I screamed, and then it made my cat mad at cat.
Okay,
It did.
we're
Your
talking
cat
about a
almost
roach.
killed me, bro.
So
Khaleesi
clearly,
was about to like square up. She
Yeah,
was ready.
she
She
was
was
square.
like,
backing her into a
you
corner.
scared
We're
my
talking
mom."
about how we're less scared of a monkey idol. We're there. This entire movie happened, and you guys are telling me a monkey idol that kills people is less scary than a roach.
Yes,
I
that
think
Yes.
is.
that shows how scary this movie was. How scary was this movie on a scale from tiny ant to roach?
I would say
That was a
Tarantula?
rhetorical question. God damn it.
Well, you got an answer.
I
So.
did. I
You
got my
did.
answer. I got my answer that this movie was on a scale of 1 to 10. This movie is a 3 on scary.
No, tarantulas are scary. I don't like spiders.
A spider, I'm guessing, is like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I wouldn't say this movie's scary, but the monkey's scary. The monkey itself
They made the monkey
alone.
creepy. The eyes and
Yeah,
the
the
teeth.
monkey was creepy.
Yeah.
If it was smiling and the eyes were less creepy, I think it would have been fine. I think it would have looked like a monkey eye that I actually want oh wow, I just remember this. I have gotten a creepy monkey symbol wind up thing from a Christmas party, like a white elephant Christmas.
Oh
So
God.
that is what they use in the book. It is a
Oh
symbol.
really?
Yeah, it's a symbols, not
Did
not
not
a
know that.
drum in the book. So be careful with that
Oh, it's gone.
for now.
No, it's gone. Like they could have just blown the monkey up.
Well, they
Yeah.
literally torched it in the beginning.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And it killed the father.
Yep.
Or
Or I,
also like on the vein, it's like Annabelle, right? Like
Yeah.
Annabelle's only creepy because they made her look that way.
Agreed. Yeah. The real Annabelle doll looks like a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
interesting.
not scary at all.
Yeah.
Dude, fair enough. Less scary than a roach. Kills
All right.
people magically and explodes people jumping into a pool, but a roach is more scary. What? That's crazy.
All right. So what are y'all's final ratings for this movie? I'll start with Akash.
I think it's like a 5 or 6 out of 10. I think I would watch this movie without issues. I think it's better than a B movie, but I think it's like barely better than like a B horror movie. Specifically in the horror and plot department, I think the direction and stuff of the movie is very fun. Like I would watch this movie if someone wanted to watch this movie.
What about you, Kat?
I'm pretty much on the same boat. I would give it like a 5 or 6 out of 10. My roommates want to watch it, so I would watch it again with them. But it's the same thing. I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd stream it on Paramount or
yeah,
wherever it streams.
right.
I have no idea if Paramount does this. I'm sorry, Paramount.
No, I don't know. I mean, it's through Neon, so I don't know who they are affiliated with. But yeah, I'd probably give it. I would say a 6 out of 10. Like I enjoyed it. I think there's a lot more that could have been done to make it better. But I mean, I think it was a solid. It did what I wanted to do, and it was campy. It was funny. It was bloody. And that's all I wanted. Does it? So
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
for what it was going for, I think it nailed it. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
not like it's not at no point is it like, hey, this cinema changed my whole life.
No.
Right.
I mean, if a horror movie did that, I would be thoroughly impressed.
Also, Neon Productions has an exclusive streaming contract with Hulu, so you can watch it on Hulu
Oh.
eventually.
All right. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of The Dive In. If you enjoyed today's deep dive, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. What should we dive into next? Let us know. Until next time. Bye.